Marriage is one of the gifts that God gave us.
A man's role in a natural marriage is to be a leader, a protector, and a provider.
People in a marriage have to respect each other.
Marriage is all about respect, love, unconditionally.
And I think nowadays in the modern society, we're forgetting why we got married in the first place.
You don't have to divorce because of money.
Women want men to play 50% in a marriage, and men want women to play 50% in marriage, which is not healthy.
I think people should stay in marriage no matter what, unless really something serious like adultery or abuse.
And to make it last forever. And please enjoy the journey and have fun and don't make it too serious.
Or because of benefits, you have to fight for your love and your marriage. That's your vow.
And I think the healthy way for marriage is for the man to remain the man and be the leader, the protector, and the provider, regardless of what. And the woman to be the housekeeper. Even if you're providing as a woman, remember your husband is the head. Husband, love your wife, and wife, be submissive.
Ladies and gentlemen, men and women, boys and girls, welcome to the most must-watch Baseway TV. We are back. We are back with the hot topic. Previously, we were talking about marriage. Why divorce is so easy in a modern era, you know? And previously, we were talking about like African people. They came from Africa. They lived so long in marriage, long in Africa. But as soon as they come to Europe, 3 months, 2 months, 1 year, they divorce. Why? Why? Okay, we did a little bit of research, you know, and it says like until 1960s, a married woman took her husband's name, promised to obey him, and be economically and financially dependent on him. Is this the case now? Or is that because a woman has become now financially and economically independent, that's why divorce is so easy? Because a woman is not obeying a man again? Or it's because like things are just changed and it's easy to divorce? Overall, marriage is supposed to be holy, supposed to be protected. Marriage is supposed to be sealed. Marriage is supposed to be guaranteed. But now people, they can just walk easily out of marriage, you know. Some people, they say it's because people, they're becoming more selfish. Some people, they say a man has lost his role within the marriage in a modern era. So now I've got beautiful women with me on the show. So we're going to talk about the reason why divorce is so high in the modern era. So I'm going to turn around to the beautiful women, intelligent women, to analyze this issue. So before we go any further, I've got my sister right here on my left-hand side. My sister, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
You know, in Africa, we've got so much respect. You know, I cannot just call you by your name. But I want you to introduce yourself so that way people, they know who you are before we can go into the hot topic.
Thank you. My name is Ozioma Erugo, and Ozzy for short.
Ozzy for short.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. What about my sister in the middle?
My name is Lebo Matlakwana.
Matlakwana. So we'll stick to Lebo, right?
Lebo.
And then my sister, yeah, the last one.
My name is Nina.
Nina. Yours is simple and easy. Okay, now, let me just start from here. Sister Ozzy. Yeah, is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Now, you've heard my introduction, you know? Marriage is supposed to be like guaranteed, you know? When in a marriage, you don't say like, I'm just gonna walk out of it anytime soon or anyhow I want, you know? And also, several or religiously speaking, when people, they get married, you know, you vow. You say it for better and for worse. And how is that easy for people just to walk out of marriage in a modern era, you know? Some people, they say it's because the man has lost his role within a marriage. Is this the case? Do you think?
It's very vast, you know, I would say. You know, in some aspect it is the case.
Some aspect is the case.
Yeah.
how do you think the man will lose his position, his role within a marriage? How would that happen?
For example, just like God made it to be,
Mm-hmm.
or will I use the word biblically?
Okay.
A man's supposed to be the head,
Mm-hmm.
the provider,
Mm-hmm.
and protect the family. So, well, whereby a man is not, doing that,
Mm-hmm.
that means he has lost his role.
See, when
the
you say
family.
a man's supposed to be, yeah,
A man is to be, not supposed, is to be the head,
is to be.
the protector, and the provider.
Do you strongly agree that that's the way it should be? Yeah.
Yes, because I'm a Christian,
Uh-huh.
and what I do is how God directs me, or what God taught me, which is the Bible, because the words in the Bible are the words of God,
Mhm.
So if as a Christian, that's what I follow. So the Bible made me to believe that a man's supposed to be the head and the provider. So it is supposed to be so.
Okay. So if you are not a Christian,
Yeah.
would you have still believed the same?
Obviously, yes, because before I became a Christian, or before I was born, I had families who are not Christians, who are in the traditional side of things, and I had stories. I was told stories. So this is the way they followed it, that the man's supposed to be the provider
Mhm.
and the protector. So let's put Bible aside.
Okay.
Traditionally,
Mhm.
it's also like that.
Okay, we can
Yeah.
say like this is how it used to be done back in the days.
In
like
days, yeah.
yeah. So a woman used to be dependent on a man.
On the man.
But since the woman is, financially and economically, but it seems like if you take that financial and economic away, if the man does not provide that, that means you lost completely your role.
It depends. It depends. Why is the man not doing that? That's what you have to think first. What you have to ask first. If a man is providing in the first place, and then it turned out to be that they are not providing anymore, what happened? Could be that the man lost their job, and that's why they couldn't provide. So you have to. It's a very broad thing.
Okay.
You need to know why the man is not providing. If the man have
Mm-hmm.
or is working and is able to do it,
Mhm.
and he's not doing it,
Then that's a
then
problem.
that's a problem.
Okay, so Lebo, Sister Lebo, what do you think is a cause of divorce in the modern era? It's so easy. Divorce is so easy. Why? My question is, some people, they think it's because the man has lost his position within marriage, his role within marriage. Do you agree with that?
I do agree with that. Like my sister was explaining.
She
As-
said in
as,
some cases, you know.
Yeah. It depends. She is right. This we can go for years talking about this.
Mhm.
But in my own knowledge, like she quoted the Bible says the man is the head of the family. And the Bible said the man will leave his family to be one with his wife.
No, the man. No, the man.
It
It's a
says
woman.
a man.
It's a woman.
No. Not where in the Bible does it say the woman will leave her family. It says a man will leave his family and be one with his wife.
Forgive
From
my
what
ignorance.
From what I understand, it
uh-huh.
says a woman will leave his family.
No, it's a man.
And meet the
Yeah.
one, and two
And
of them
the
will
man.
become one.
That's why I thought.
A man
No.
and
Okay,
both will
okay,
leave their
okay.
families
No.
to be
No,
one.
it didn't say so.
I
In
don't
the Bible,
agree with
it says
that.
a woman will leave
It's
her
a woman,
family.
yeah.
It's a
And-
man who
A
leaves
man-
the
a man
family.
in the Bible, it says a man has to leave
The
his
family.
his mother,
Right,
and
okay,
his son to
right,
be
okay.
one with the
We'll ignore the biblical side and let's move on.
Talking about that, yes, it depends on the situation exactly. Like she said, if you have to analyze what happened before. If he was a provider before, it's okay. But if he has never been a provider,
Mhm.
it's something else to think about. Because once you're a woman and you take that role to be a mother and a father in a family,
Mhm.
it becomes kind of hard on your shoulders. You know, it's a heavy load to carry.
Mhm.
And looking at how we grew up as our fathers being providers.
Mhm.
It's the same today. I think with the younger people as well. If you don't have they call it credit here for your phone, you call your boyfriend. If you don't have money for the bus, you call your boyfriend.
It's a giving
Because
money.
it's a, yeah.
It's supposed to be that way, but that's the thing that many British women, American women, or maybe Western women, they would strongly disagree with you. But I'll let Nina also bring her own idea about this. Do you think the man has lost his role within the marriage? That's why it's causing divorce. Do you think the man has lost his role within marriage in a modern era?
Yes or no? It depends on where you're coming from.
So everybody's
Depending-
yes and no. Okay, that's fine.
Yes or no? It depends on where you're coming from. If you're coming from a biblical sense of what a man is supposed to be in a family, then yes or no? Because, like she said, if a man doesn't have a job in a family, he's still a man, though. Regardless of what you do, he's still a man. You can't. I mean, that was given to him. That is his birthright. God placed that on him already. You know. But when a man, there's a difference between a man saying, "Okay, I'm a man," you know, and this is my wife. I don't want to work. You know, and the woman turns around and says to the man, you know, then the role reverses. Then there's a little bit of a problem.
Yeah.
There, you know.
Okay, now I'm gonna just let this question. Just gonna throw this question. Whoever is ready can answer this question, because we are actually doing this for people to actually get some idea about why divorce is so high and it's easy to divorce in these days. You know, you talk about naturally it's supposed to be. That's what you're saying. Naturally, it's supposed to be the man's supposed to be the head of the family, right? But because they can provide. Because to be the head, you are trying to say here, man can also provide. But there's so many women out there, because remember, we are in Britain, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the UK, right? So women, they go to work. Women, they do almost everything that men can do now. And then the women, they say, no, I can also provide. So does it make you to be the head because you can provide?
No, it doesn't make you the head. It just makes you a good provider. That's what it makes you.
A good supporter.
A good supporter.
Yeah,
Yes, exactly.
because you're supporting your husband.
You're helping, because that's what you're supposed to do. I mean, God made Adam, and He decided that Adam needed a supporter, a helper. And if you look at the Bible, the word Hebrew is a Hebrew word, helper. God used that for a female. That's how God took what a woman is supposed to be, the role of a woman in a man's life, as a helper. So if a man is in a home and he's not doing what he's supposed to do, obviously going out to provide, and you know, there are circumstances, obviously, because we live in the United Kingdom now. A woman, you can go to work, you can do anything you want. I mean, you can rule the world if you want. At the end of the day, it still doesn't mean that your man or your husband is not the head of the family. He still is the head.
Right. Okay, Lebo, do you have anything
Yes, to answer Nina, remember what you just said. A woman is a helper.
A helper, yeah.
Not a provider.
Not a provider. No.
Exactly. So that's that.
No matter how you can provide, no matter what job you have, no matter how much money you have, you're still just a helper.
Yes,
you still, that's biblical.
Yeah, that's the biblical sense.
There's so many people that they're no Christians. They don't understand this.
Well, okay.
And then they are divorcing easily. Yes, they use the same word. See, when they go to marry, they use the same word. They vow, they say, for better and for worse, you know. And they understand that. But still, when it comes to marriage, to know that this is the head and then position, you know, in a marriage, they're struggling with that because of maybe a financial thing, independency, you know. And you are saying no matter how a woman can provide in a house, you know. Well, let me just take that word away, because you're saying no a provider but a helper.
Yeah.
No matter how a woman can support a husband in terms of providing in a house, she's still the helper and the man still the head.
Great
yes.
support.
Yeah, let me bring it in this aspect. You know, let's, for example, if I am your Vatican,
yes,
and I am to play your role as a
host.
As a host, does that make me Vatican?
No.
No. So either way, it doesn't matter. A man is still the head, no matter what.
Feminists will strongly disagree with you.
Yeah, they will do, because I don't know where they're getting that knowledge from, but what I'm saying is that in everything in this life there is origin, just like you said. Everything starts from somewhere. And the first man and woman on earth was Adam and Eve, isn't it? When God made them, what did he say? That's the thing. What did God say when he made them? He made Adam first, and then making the wife, he said, what did he say when he was making the wife? So you can't take that away. It's just like what I tell my children. When I want to share something, I'll say, okay, my first son should come and take first. And my last one will say, oh, no, it's not fair, Mom. I said, it's not my fault that he's the first child. Okay. That God has made him the first child, and then that's it. We can't change it.
Right. We agree. We agree on one thing, yeah? We just want to look on the cameras, and we're going to say, here, no here, no we, but here, you agree that the man is the head of the household. In a marriage, the man is the head of the family.
Yeah.
You agree?
Yeah.
So women should know the place that the man is the head. According to these intelligent women, they say a man is the head. Yes?
Yeah, there's nothing changed that.
The man is a head, but it depends on the situation as well.
How can naturally someone, she just said, she just give me
situation can change that. A man is still the head. It doesn't matter.
A man can,
even if the man is not playing his role,
he's still the
as a head, he's still the head.
That,
it depends on how two of you understand it. Because in relationship is about two people, and communication matters a lot in everything you do. So it's how both of you understand it. If you want to be deceived by what you see out there and said, oh, now I provide, my husband is no longer the head because I'm the provider, I'm the head, then it's up to you. But all I'm saying is that as a woman, it's not healthy.
No situation can change that.
No.
But we've lost, you're talking about communication. I
chipped that in, just to
make my point. We have lost actually that in relationships, marriage.
It depends. It's an individual thing. For it depends, If in every relationship, even not only husband and wife, brother, sister, mother, siblings, relationship matters a lot. There was a video I was watching one time, and two people, they are in relationship, and one do give gifts to the other one, and the other one needed words, of encouragement, and they didn't know. This one was like, oh, buying things, and the other one was complaining, oh, he's never there for me, he's always giving me this, giving me that, and they won't say, oh, you never tell me all this word of encouragement. But how do they know? You can't say things in your mind and conclude in your mind. You have to communicate. You have to tell the lady, oh, this is what I need from you. And the man has to tell, this is what I need.
That does not take the fact that we agree that the man is the head.
Yeah. The man is still the head.
Okay, because you were trying to say it depends. That's why we put a pause there, because you were trying to say it depends. And my sister Ozzy said, no circumstance can say like the man will change his position as a head.
If you want to throw spanners in the works, you can say it depends. There's another different type of rule.
No, we are trying to talk about it from naturally speaking.
Naturally speaking, the man
is naturally speaking.
But then again, like you said, we live in this day and age. You have to put in consideration the other factors.
Yes, I know that, but we are talking about man and women here, like naturally man and women.
The man, yes, he's the head.
Okay, now I'm coming. Since we understand that the man is the head, but the respect of man to a man to understand I'm playing my role, right? I'm the head of the house. You could agree all you want and say, okay, in a modern era, naturally, the man is the head of the family, right? But when it comes to practice, the man does not feel that. The way the man view his position as a head, if I'm the head, I understand that I have the final say, have the final decision. I have to make a good decision for the family. And then my good decision as a final decision could be disagreed by you in the way that you think like, I am providing, I am this, equality. There you go. And then the man will feel like, yeah, you're saying I'm the head, but look what you're doing. It's not actually saying that I'm the head.
Let me come in there.
Okay.
You know, being the head doesn't mean you should be a bully.
Exactly.
Okay.
You know,
Exactly.
at the same time, you know,
Yeah.
because if you have a wife,
Mm-hmm.
two of you should come to agree for things to become one, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So, like you're saying that a man have the final say.
Mm-hmm. Is that true? That's why
That word shouldn't come.
Okay.
Head does not mean that, you know, you should,
You know,
as in
yes,
stamp
you
things
should-
and say
exactly.
it should be like this.
Uh-huh.
No. A woman and a man, as a husband and wife, let me use that word, you
Mhm.
know, need
Yeah.
to come together. If we are to provide this cup of water,
Mhm.
you know, two of us have to agree for
Okay.
this to come. I wouldn't say no, I don't agree on it, and
Mhm.
you said no, it must be so. You find out why I said,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that
I can still come and say, oh, look, yeah, I understand what you said, but look, this is wrong. And if you don't agree with it, say, okay, I'm away.
love is what is playing here. There's something they call, you know, conviction. You know, like convincing somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Are you getting? It depends on the way you convince me. If you make me believe that I have no say, then I will kick off all the time. But if you make me to believe that, you know, yeah, that respect of, you know, yeah, two of us are working together.
Mhm.
Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
That I still have a say, but this is where I'm going. This is the reason why I say this. Why won't I understand you?
Okay.
But some people will come and they won't give you a reason, you
They
know,
just say,
and they will
"Okay, I'm
say, I
saying-"
am the man, and what I say is final.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
And that aspect is not, I don't think is okay.
Okay. What about labor? Because the respect, to put me the head, I expect respect. I expect certain position where I know that I'm the head, you know, and if it doesn't work that way, you can say all you want, I'm the head, and then I don't feel that way, and then you'll still clash all the time.
I think respect plays a very, very big role. Respect and communication. And like Ozzy said, if you're my husband, I should know you in and out. If the children, maybe for example, the children are asking for something and you said no, out of respect, I will keep quiet. But as my husband, I know how to get to you to even say yes to the children, because I know you that well. And that's why we've been walking this road together. So it still boils down to respect and communication between us. I know if me and you argue, I know what to do. Maybe you like tea, I know how to make your tea.
So you make it.
Only your wife can understand those things.
Okay.
So it boils down to respect and communication.
And love as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And love as well.
What about it, Nina?
Yeah, I truly, totally agree with what she said.
You agree with what she's saying?
Yes.
Okay. Now, there's people that they say the reason why there's people, because people they've got different view on marriage and why divorce is happening so fast in a modern era. People they say it's because of selfishness now. That's why people they are divorcing so easily. And then some people they say it's because in a marriage you think like if it doesn't work, I will go out there and get something better, you know? And that's why people are divorcing. Yes, we were talking about men can feel like I'm not being respected. I'm no longer the head. Equality has surpassed this level, you know? And some people, they say, no, it's not even because of equality. It's because now women are selfish, men are selfish, and then they can just like easily break. And it shouldn't be like that.
Yeah. People. Sorry.
No, you go.
People are divorcing these days. Yeah. I mean, it's absolutely everywhere. But it all boils down to the fact that no one has the staying power. No one has patience anymore. The things normally people used to sit down and walk out. Nobody wants to do that anymore. It's all about me, individualism, you know. This is where the problem starts. You know, when I start counting myself as I, there is no
In
I in
marriage.
a team, you know. When I start saying I, then I begins to divide a whole lot of things, you know. And we do not have the patience anymore to sit down and say, honey, I did not like how you did that or did that or did that. No more. Instead, well, I'm calling the lawyer for divorce. This is the reason. And if you look at TV and everything now tells you it's okay to divorce. I mean, it's much more better for you to be a divorce.
Even if you have kids, it's
even
okay
if it
just to
doesn't
walk
matter,
out.
break them up because you can have.
If it doesn't work for you, you can just go.
Yes, because that's what society is telling everyone now. Society is making everyone think it's okay to divorce. It's not okay to stand and walk for and do the things that you know is right for you to have a peaceful and wonderful and successful marriage.
Yeah.
If you do not do all of those things, chances are you're going to get divorced.
What about sisters? You have some?
In terms of divorce, there are so many factors.
Yes, and all that.
So many factors, which I cannot, say all of them here. But what I will say is that I will.
In terms of selfishness and see, like, it's easy to get something better out there.
Another thing I want to say is people are only enjoying the ceremonial part of marriage these days. I think it's better. Is it better for someone to rush in?
Marriage is one thing that I value the most.
Marriage is one of the gifts that God gave us.
A man's role in a natural marriage is to be a leader, a protector, and a provider.
People in a marriage have to respect each other.
Marriage is all about respect, love unconditionally.
And I think nowadays in the modern society, we're forgetting why we got married in the first place.
You don't have to divorce because of money.
Women want men to play 50% in a marriage, and men want women to play 50% in marriage, which is not healthy.
I think people should stay in marriage no matter what, unless really something serious like adultery or abuse.
And to make it last forever. And please enjoy the journey and have fun, and don't make it too serious.
Or because of benefit, you have to fight for your love and your marriage. That's your vow.
And I think the healthy way for marriage is for the man to remain the man and be the leader, the protector, and the provider, regardless of what. And the woman to be the housekeeper. Even if you're providing as a woman, remember your husband is the head. Husband, love your wife, and wife, be submissive.
Marriage is a holy thing. Marriage should be guaranteed. Marriage should be protected. Marriage should be honored. That's why when people they walk out of marriage, you don't know how much distraction that you are doing. You're doing distraction to the society, to the families. It's because it's within marriage that we have good citizens, good families, and people that are ministers, pastors, and everything.
Why we got married in the first place, and looking at the principles and the core roots why we got married. So we just lost it. We just get married to get divorced, as if it's like a trend.
This is Best Way TV. Stay tuned.
Follow us on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube, Best Way TV. Thank you.
Stay tuned to Best Way TV.
Stay tuned to Best Way TV.
To subscribe on Best Way TV.
Please subscribe to us on Best Way TV.
And rush out, or take things gradually and stay. Let me say now, social media is taking over the whole
world by storm.
And I see my friend photo on Facebook. Oh, that's a lovely wedding gown. Oh, the reception was bam. This, that. And then I want to get married today, tomorrow. And then I meet a man tomorrow. I jump in, get married. They don't know the person, and then because you can't know somebody from outside. It's only when you come close.
You come together,
And then they will eventually marry the person. And then you see that this is not what I bargained, and they will fly out. That's one thing, Courtship. And when I mean courtship, I don't say go and start fornicating. That's not the word. You can court with somebody, get to know somebody, find out if you can deal with the person, because everyone have attitude.
Yes.
Even though we tend to put it in, not to show it because of maturity or something like that, but we have attitude. And what can you tolerate? That's the thing. What can you tolerate in a relationship? If you court with somebody, you get to know the person's character, and you said, oh, this is what I can tolerate, this is what I cannot. Then if you know earlier that I can't deal with this, then you better not commit yourself, rather than committing yourself and finding out later and then jumping out.
Okay.
That's the thing. And another thing is that where we are in the UK, I would say is the system. Is another thing.
See, I'll stop you there because I'm coming. Because now you're going from, when you talk about system now, I think you're more African. You're trying to, because we can say British women, they're used to the system, but we are not used to the system. We who come from Africa, we don't used to the system. And when we come and find ourselves in that system, it's a shock to us. And then it can destroy us or make us better. So, Liberty, you had something to say because I'm coming.
No, yeah, you were talking about selfishness, and what she said is really important. Jumping into things just because, let's say, Nina is getting married. I want to get married. Nina can't do better than me. So it also boils down to selfishness. I don't know what's happening, because we didn't grow up like that.
Yeah.
We grew up with, if you notice our parents,
Mm-hmm.
my parents have been married for 42 years now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it boils down to that. What did they do right that we're not doing today? It's because they were patient.
That's a good question.
They've been through thick and thin.
Mm-hmm.
Us, our thick and thin is these diamonds.
Yeah, that's it.
Our thick and thin, it's these diamonds.
Oh, yeah.
Once this, you get this, it's I don't know, 2,000 pounds, and then that's you. You think it's better than hers. It's better than hers. We've lost the principles that we grew up with. We've honestly lost that. And when it comes to religion as well, nowadays they call it test driving. You want to test drive before you test drive.
Okay, I understand where you're coming from. I understand. I get
Now
it.
it goes down to that.
Yeah, but you know, in keeping with the theme that my sister said, yeah, you know, when you look at it though, you know, it's not about courting, you know, because I know for a fact that my mom and dad never courted. They didn't even know each other, but they were still together. You know, it's the main principle, the core principle of it is how much patience do you have? How much endurance do you have? How much can you persevere in something? You know, there are so many people that don't know each other, but they get married, but they're still together today. If you look at countries like South Korea, Japan, all of this, you know what I mean? They don't know each other, but they're still together. Only one thing keeps them together: the fact that they have made a holy union between themselves. They walk through it.
Okay, I agree with you. I agree with all of you, but I'm just trying to come in between. I'm trying to compromise with all of you. For example, Sister Ose said it's about like no, let me come from what you said there. You said it's about endurance, you know. And what did the Sister Ose said? She said about what did you say again? So
I said the courtship.
yeah. You talk about like courtship, like getting together, try to learn each other. But see, when you start getting to know each other, it can also give you the opportunity to learn how to persevere, you know. See, if you didn't know, it's gonna probably be a shock to you, you know. You could. Yes and no. I mean, there are so many people that have courted. I mean, my mother says to me, there's only one word she always says. She goes, if a man goes out with you for more than 10 years, why are you not married? In 10 years, you never know anyone. I mean, you could be married to someone for 60 years. You still don't know who they are. It's about perseverance. You don't have to be with someone for 21 years before you marry them. You can meet them now, like each other. The first call is, do you have respect for each other? Yeah, okay.
Do you love each other? If the answers are yes, then you have something to work on.
Now we're gonna get to the place where it's gonna get hot. You know. Ouch. Let me just turn around to the camera.
You need a fan.
Yeah, I think you need a fan because it's gonna get hot. You know. Let me just say this: what my sisters here they've agreed on is saying, like, marriage is something that we should persevere in it, knowing that you cannot just come in and walk out easily. No, it's something that should last, because a marriage guaranteed us a best family. You know, when mom and father they are together, you know, kids they grow up with that much love. And they will be good citizens. They'll be good people in a society. They'll be good pastors, good ministers, and so on, you know. So my sister, they're saying, like, you shouldn't just be in marriage because you just want to test it. No. You need to learn how to make it better, not to walk out of marriage. You need to take responsibility, you know. That's what my sister, they're saying. And so everybody, we should take responsibility. Now let me talk about African people. African people. Yeah. I mean, myself, I'm an African. I came in this country when I was 19 years old, you know. And now I'm a man now. That time I was a teenager. I've seen people, they came to this country. They lived so much longer together in Africa, in marriage. Come here just because of the culture and everything that I exposed to. Marriage just get destroyed. Sister Uzi, what would you say about that?
Just like what I was saying before, the system, is one of it, and so many other things as well.
I just want you to be honest, because I know yourself. You're an African. You know how Africa structures. You know how Africa tells us to behave, and then how UK is telling us to behave in marriage.
Okay, yeah. Just like what I was saying, still the system, is one of it. Like today, I went to the church and I listened to sermon. Even the one last Sunday is talking about, inferiority complex.
Yes.
So it's just, I think it has to do with individuals. When I say system, a lot of people back home, that they depend on their husband, and when they come over here, they start working, making money, and when they go to the hospital, the social worker will ask them, are you facing any abuse? If you are, speak up. There's a help for you. And they go to everywhere they go to, not only the hospital, everywhere they go to, they ask them that question. Why are they asking that? And it's not, what will I say? I'm looking for the best way to put it.
Yeah.
No marriage is perfect. There are ups and downs in every marriage. But I know that, there should be a boundary, as in, if you are in an abusive relationship, when I say abusive, is that a man is hitting you or being violence towards you, then it's okay to leave for the sake of your own life. But if not that, it's just all them minor things which can, be settled.
What could be a minor thing to you? It could be a bigger thing to someone else.
I guess it's relative. I know it is. It's very, very relative,
Yes.
So, but what I'm saying is that, the system have made it, shown the woman that if you can't stay, we will support you. We'll do everything for you. So why then do you need this man?
So what's wrong with that? Like, okay, no, why staying with this man, but what's wrong with the system supporting a woman to be independent?
Not when you are with a man, because if you look at the system, if you are married, you don't get child. If you're married and you're working, your husband is working, I think you don't get much benefits as the single people do get. Is that not supporting a divorce? A lot of women here, even in Africa, they claim to be single because they want to get more money from the government. Even those who are married back home, they lie. Maybe they didn't get married here, they don't have certificate to show for it, they will lie that they are single just for them to get that benefit. So,
and the nice backing fire.
Exactly. So if the government supports a single woman, instead of supporting family, building family together, supporting husband and wife, if they are struggling financially, support them. And then you choose to support a single one because the man is not there. What is it?
So we go back to the same issue. Money is a problem. When a woman becomes more independent financially, an African woman, let's call it this way, when an African woman becomes more financial and economically independent, then it's a problem in marriage then?
No, it's not. Because it depends on the marriage. The marriage could already be on shaking ground before they came here already. The cracks are already there. The system just helped to disintegrate everything. Because I have seen a couple of people that come from Africa and they come over here. It doesn't matter how much the government wants to support them to be single, they're still together in their marriage. They want to be, because they have a good solid background. If you do not have let's just take for example now, in Africa, you get a woman, her job is, as far as the man is concerned, is to bear children and take care of the family. She's lucky if she gets fed once a day, and she has to take care of about maybe 4 or 5 children. As years pass by, she's there because she knows in Africa nobody else will support her but him. For that single 1 meal a day she will get. Resentments build.
Okay, from the past issues.
Yes, when she gets over here, now she finds that she can stand on her own 2 feet. All the past things that you have done to her, and she probably has given you a second chance to change, but now she is becoming independent, wise, and no, the marriage is not gonna last. So it depends on
In that
the
case,
marriage.
you said she's free to go.
She's free to go. Yes.
But biblically, that's
But
not. That's
remember-
not. When he said for better and for worse, that's the time that your man is really
Yeah,
at
but,
his
but
lowest
with
point.
the-
You know,
yeah.
where you can understand him and then make him understand. Look, you are wrong. Instead of just walking out. You know.
Don't get us wrong. We are not saying that it's right, that the system is. We are telling you one of the factors, but if a woman can be deceived enough by the system, it's an individual thing.
Yes, exactly.
So we are not saying that it's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And remember, Sister Ozzy, when we grew up, if you've got a problem in your marriage, they have to call your uncles.
Yes,
The adults
and-
have to come and eat,
and-
sit down and try to
and-
resolve. But now, if you're giving me problems, all I have to do is call
You
the
call the
police.
police, yeah.
You are out of the house within 2 hours, less than 2 hours. 2 hours is very, very long. So she is right. It's the system. We forgot where we come
Our
from.
identity.
I think the system is built up on broken families. You know, the system supports broken families
Exactly.
more than they support
The support, like
a family unit.
Yeah.
They don't do that.
Now, let me say this. There is so much men out there, African men. They're so angry, very angry at the women. Women, they come to this country, they come together, and then they realize that women, because of what we call benefit, they say, you know what, I've got my family, I'll take care of the family, my family, because if I give you with all this benefit, if I give you to be responsible for all the money, it's going to be a problem. So I need also to be responsible for the money. While in Africa, men used to be responsible. They go and provide and give the money to the money to the woman to actually manage it. And when it comes to the decision how to use the money, the man is there to decide, together, but the man is go really, really good direction how the man should be used. But now it's not the case. You get how you get child benefit, you get tax credit, and so on and so on. And you said, see, I've got 5 children. And then with all this money here is going to take control of this and it's not going to work. While you and the man, both of you are not working, that money is there to support the family. Now the woman said, this is my money, and then I'm going to use this to help my family. And the man is there, is stuck. And then the man, I've seen a video on a Facebook and on YouTube, the man hung himself because of that.
Now, first of all, the money actually given to the parents is supposed to be for the families, but it's supposed to be for the children.
For the children.
It's not supposed to be for you.
That's what men are
It's supposed to be
saying.
for
Men are saying
anyone.
that women are taking it as their money.
It's
The
not
money
their
for the
it's actually
family,
for
but
the children. But because I think the government understands that I think they still go back to the old traditional way. It's the woman that takes care of the children. So more or less they're gonna pay it to her because she's the one that knows what the children are gonna wear. She knows what to buy. She knows what to cook for them. She knows how to take care of them.
Well, she's misusing
It depends
now.
on who did the application now. It's
Yeah,
not like,
yeah. If the man
if
took the
he is the
application,
husband that
it
did
will
the
be-
application,
it will be-
definitely,
it will
The
be
man
given
will
to
go.
the
unless
man.
you tell them that I want this money to be paid in so
It's
and
just
so
a- yeah,
account. They do
yeah.
it.
Yeah, that's where the problem is, because now you have issues. Yeah, you have problems between couples. You have problem between couples, and then the government will say who is gonna be with the kids. It could be the man and the woman, but where the problem come from because of money. That's where I'm coming from. So the issue about you having problems in a house is because of money. Now, because you have problems, now the money is going to go either to a woman or to a husband. It depends who is going to be taking care of the kids. But the foundation of the whole problem is money. Because African men, they are used to take the money and control it. But now the woman say, no, I'm going to control it. That's a problem. That's a problem.
But I don't think you can get to a family where a woman has money and there's trouble in the house that needs money. A woman will always stand up. And I think the reason we got those child tax credit and everything, it's us who have to run for swimming. My son does sport. I can tell you my son does swimming, karate, tennis, football. That's me 4 days. That's me having to run around.
But if you
even if I've got a husband,
your husband could say, "Look,
no,
all of this, you cannot spend money on all of this. You can have him just play tennis and pay for tennis, and then the other thing you manage because you need money for other stuff as well."
But it's not like when he comes from work, there's no bread in the house. Always with that money, I'm not even supposed to be using it. But sometimes I can just say, let me steal from that money and get something from the house so that the whole family can sleep with, full stomachs.
Well, again, it all boils down to communication. Money for husband and wife is made for two of. In fact, it's made for the whole family.
Yes.
And what I'm saying is that if they give me child benefit, or maybe we get money, let me leave child benefit alone.
Yeah.
Talk about there's money.
Yeah.
Between I and my husband, we should know who is a good manager
Yes,
of the
you
money.
should be able
Because
to,
some people can be extravagant. My husband can be the extravagant type. Maybe when you give him that money, he think of, oh, let's go and buy things that are not necessary, and then tomorrow we'll start begging. Or when he give me that money, I will think of the nice outfits, the nice shoes and everything. So it's for two of you to get to know each other.
Oh, the main problem here is Africa. When you come, Sister Uzi, with your husband, you came together, the husband was taking care of you and your family, right? Now you come here, you said, my husband, you also need to start giving me money. See this money here, we need to share. I've heard some people, they're actually sharing the money, benefit money. Today,
what would the woman use the money for?
Okay, that's a good question. The woman will say, I'll send also to my family, I need to build my own house. While the man knows, like, if I build a house, it's for us. But if you build your house, it's for other people.
For God's sake, why?
That goes back to who leaves the family.
Exactly.
That goes back to who leaves the family.
The woman.
A man. A man.
That's where we have a problem.
For God's sake, for God's sake, why would a woman want to build her own a house?
Well,
because
a
house should be for me and my husband and children, and it shouldn't be. We are not going to live in two different houses at the same time.
No, see, for example, you're in the UK, yeah?
Yeah.
And then back home, yeah? You think maybe you are here maybe for temporarily and maybe 10 years, and then you're thinking about 10 years you go back, right? And then a woman is thinking also, because if you want to build a house, you probably use someone to build a house, maybe someone from your family or your friends, And the woman feel uncomfortable and say, if we divorce today and you build that house, I'm not going to be part of it. So it's better also myself also. I build my house on my family side.
Why would somebody go into marriage with negativity? Why would you go into marriage thinking that if I divorce or if I leave you, why? Because the Bible says that the power of life and death lies in our tongue. So if I go into marriage and I want to do my own thing based on if my husband go tomorrow or if we are no more together, then that will happen. Because maybe I'm not going into marriage. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if I am going into marriage hoping that, it's for better, for worse, in sickness and in health, until death do us part, then so shall it be. So I don't have to be thinking, any other way, like, oh, let me build in case. Why? So
the house, the stuff like that project should be built
together. If it's your brother that wants to handle it, as long as your brother gives us what we want, fine. Let him handle it. If he's my sister that can't handle it and give us what we want, let them handle it. And in case of, you have a family problem, as a family, if we have money, obviously you have to sort yourself out before sorting family. I can't use the money I'm going to give my children food to give to somebody in Africa because you are my family. If I have, it's good to give because the Bible said, givers never lack, But not when I need that money, to do something. And then I will not bring pieces, not peace in my home because I want to sort my family out. I have to tell you, if it's not convenient for me and my husband that time, I will tell you, look,
I'm not saying
it's not convenient for us. Please give us some time. Be patient. We'll help you when we get it.
Okay. This topic is continuing. But right now we're going to stop from here. But I just want a small conclusion on this because we're not leaving this page like this because we'll come back again. Are you coming back again?
Yeah, definitely.
Because what we need also to understand the view of British people, British women. What do they say about this issue? Because I met Look, I met with one British lady. She told me, I said, do you think a man has lost his role within marriage? The woman said to me, to me, all that matters to the man is as long as he's good. Well, I'm just going to cut there. But that's what matters. While we are talking about different responsibility here. So British women, they've got different view about the role of a woman within, the role of a man within marriage. So we're going to invite them to the platform one day, and then they're going to give us their ideas, and then why divorce is so high in the modern era, you know. Now, what do you think for women and men who walks out of marriage easily? They just walk and say, look, it's not working for me, it's not for me, I'm gone. Even what we call minor issues, they say, I'm gone. Money issues, I'm gone. Definitely, I'm completely gone. Because you're talking about the Bible. The only reason why I think people should divorce for other people is only when you get caught in adultery, you know. But if not, that's not the case, then I don't see the reason why you should abandon your marriage. So what would you say to people that they actually easily walk out of marriage and divorce completely?
It's not a good thing unless there is violence in the marriage. If your husband is the one that physically, you know, abusing you, I would say walk out, because it's not healthy for the children, and it's not healthy for you as well, because any child brought up in an abusive home will become an abuser tomorrow. So if it's in that case, then it's okay for you to walk out, or if you have tried, not to walk out immediately, but you just have to try to, you know, settle things within yourself. There are people like parents from your own side, or your husband's side. You could talk to them and see if things can be settled, or if the man can change, you know. And talk to your husband yourself. Talk to your husband yourself, and you know, see if he can change. But if he's not changing, then you can easily walk out. But if not, that is not the case, I don't think it's the right thing to do, you know. So you could. There's nothing that you can't sort out. It's just to sit down, you know, communicate with your husband, tell him where he's going wrong, or husband tell wife where wife is going wrong, and as well pray. That's the thing. Pray, communicate, pray, and then try to work things out. Don't just walk out of marriage. That's what my sister is saying. What about Sister Leah? What would you say to people that they just want? Well,
let's just remember where we come from. Let's just remember our principles. Let's just remember that, like she's saying, pray. Nothing is too difficult for God. Nothing is too difficult when you set your mind to it.
Seems like all of you are Christians, yeah? Because it seems like you're all referring us to God. But there's so much women, they say they don't believe in God.
No, that's how we grew up. You see, we can't throw that away. That's how we grew up, and that's why we are here. I mean, I'm 37. That's why I'm still here, because of the principles, the things that my mom taught me. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but that's where I come from. And once my son sees what I do, if I die tomorrow, I know that I've done my part. You know.
What about Nina?
I think in the aspect when it comes to marriage, if there is no violence, obviously, or abuse of any kind of relationship, I think you should work the relationship out. Remember the reason why you got into the relationship in the first place. If you got into it because of love and you obviously want longevity in it, I think you should work it out. And pray.
And pray. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We are actually at the end of this session, but we still gonna bring you more and more. What we're asking you is stay tuned, you know, stay tuned with Bestway TV, because we still want to know why divorce is so high in a modern era. Why men, African men, they're hanging themselves because they think that women, they don't respect them anymore. Women, they are misbehaving in the terms that they don't give men values anymore. Why is happening? Is anything that we can do to heal this disease? You know, divorce is not really something nice. Marriage should be protected, as I say. Marriage is the right thing, because if we build marriages, and then we're gonna build a good society. So stay tuned and be connected with us. Thank you, and see you next time. Bye-bye.
Marriage is one thing that I value the most.
Marriage is one of the gifts that God gave us.
A man's role in a natural marriage is to be a leader, a protector and a provider.
People in a marriage have to respect each other.
Marriage is all about respect, love, unconditionally.
And I think nowadays in the modern society, we're forgetting why we got married in the first place.
You don't have to divorce because of money.
Women want men to play 50% in a marriage, and men want women to play 50% in marriage, which is not healthy.
I think people should stay in marriage no matter what, unless really something serious like adultery or abuse.
And to make it last forever. And please enjoy the journey and have fun, and don't make it too serious.
Or because of benefit, you have to fight for your love and your marriage. That's your vow.
And I think the healthy way for marriage is for the man to remain the man and be the leader, the protector and the provider, regardless of what, and the woman to be the housekeeper. Even if you're providing as a woman, remember your husband is the head. Husband, love your wife, and wife, be submissive.
Marriage is a holy thing. Marriage should be guaranteed. Marriage should be protected. Marriage should be honored. That's why when people they walk out of marriage, you don't know how much distraction that you are doing. You know, you're doing distraction to the society, to the families. It's because it's within marriage that we have good citizens, good families, and people that are ministers, pastors, and everything.
Why we got married in the first place, and looking at the principles and the core roots why we got married. So we just lost it. We just get married to get divorced, as if it's like a trend.
This is Best Way TV. Stay tuned.
Follow us on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube, Best Way TV. Thank you.
Stay tuned to Best Way TV.
Stay tuned to Best Way TV.
To subscribe on Best Way TV.
Please subscribe to us on Best Way TV.
Of the
Natural marriage is to be a leader, a protector